Just waiting for Raceroom to boot up. I guess in the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to boot up, there we go. All right, what is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay, and we are back for something a little bit different today. We are doing Raceroom. We are doing the weekly race. Let's see here. I thought I already registered for this race. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of practice in. Rank races currently do not send start notifications. Please monitor the schedule to ensure you join on time. Notification support will be introduced in a future update. Race starts in 25 minutes. Yes, I understand. So let's see how this runs. I tested it yesterday and it actually ran better than it did with Windows 10. The problem is that I didn't have OBS open, so that's going to be the test. Oh shit, looks like I'm on hards. Car setup. Front, rear, electronics, drive line, compound. Nope, it's not letting me change the compound. So
those track limits.
All right, I got to keep my eye on the clock because, as stated, it does not send out notifications of race start. So, I don't know. These gloves feel better today. I thought I turned on this. And make sure my base shakers are working. Christ. All right. Looks like we're in business. Okay, so take about 5 minutes, do a quick intro. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are back for Raceroom. We are doing the weekly race. This is a 45-minute race at Zolder. This is a race. This is a track I have not been on this track in quite a while. I think the last time I was on this track was back when I was doing the mods on Automobilista 2 and R Factor 2. But before that, I did most of that. I did most of the racing on Zolder, on ACC. I think back then, I think my fastest lap at that time might have been a 129, 128, and I think the aliens were turning in 126s, 125s, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I thought I'd take a break from Le Mans Ultimate. You know, I haven't done that much streaming over the last week and a half. And some of it, you know, I had to tie up some loose ends. I had a doctor's appointment last week. Had to rotate the cars in and out of the shops, you know, because something's wrong with every one of my cars. So I had to address them one at a time. And then the other thing, I think I might have been suffering from a little bit of burnout. Not burnout from the sense that I'm tired of Le Mans Ultimate, because I love Le Mans Ultimate. It's still my favorite game. But just like I just had that phase where I'm like, I'm just not in the mood for the dumb shit. I'm just not in the mood for people causing wrecks on turn one. I mean, because it's Le Mans Ultimate is turning into I don't want to use the word wreckfest, but it has gotten to the point where I'm feeling like I want to scale back a little bit on the bronze races, the bronze beginners races, because I'm throwing away rank by doing those races, because it's not, you know, a huge crash on turn one is an inevitability. So I think when it comes to Raceroom, I think, I mean, not Raceroom, but Le Mans Ultimate, I think I'm probably want to start leaning towards the intermediate and the advanced races and the special events. And those ones are a little more spread out, so I can't just jump on and go online. I have to check the schedule so I can get on at a time where, you know, the wait is only 10 or 15 minutes. I think that I don't want to jump the gun, but as far as sprint races goes, I don't know. I'm going to start taking a look at Rensport, assuming the VR works when it comes out of early access, Project Motor Racing, I don't know when Endurance Motor Series is going to come out, but bottom line is I'm probably going to start taking a look at other sims for the sprint races, and whichever one has the least amount of idiot and dirty driving, that might be the one that I go with for the sprint races, and do Le Mans Ultimate again for the intermediate, the advanced, and the special events. And I want to, depending on how this race turns out here, I want to make it work. I want to find a way to work that in. Do you want to quit? Hope it isn't going to shut down the game. Okay. So I was surprised by how many people are registered for these weekly races. So right here, this race, there's 203 people registered for today's weekly race. There's 131 registered for tomorrow, and I think I'm going to do that race as well tomorrow. That's GT3 Hypercar and GT3 at Imola. I think I'm going to do that race tomorrow. This race is GT3 and TCR, but still 203 people registered for it. So, and then when is this? Next week Saturday, they've got a special event. Look at that. Holy smokes, look at that. They've got a 2-hour race, hypercars and GT3s at Interlagos, and look at that, 287 people registered. I think that's pretty doggone good. Considering how old this game is, and considering that I think it seemed like this game might have been left for dead at some point. So this free race right here at Zandvoort, 279 people registered for it. And then this super touring at Zolder, there's 21 people registered for it. Now, the only GT3 race that I'm seeing here takes place at it says 38 minutes. But I'm not familiar with the track. So yeah, I think we can get back out here, and I'm already registered for this race. Why is it? So practice weather looks like it's going to be sunny. Qualifying weather is going to be sunny, and race weather is going to be sunny. So I think Raceroom, like restructuring the AI and multi-race system, I think that should send a clear message. I don't think I felt my I don't think I felt my base shaker's working. Oh, well, there's that, because a lot of the stuff I had turned on has been turned off. Gear shift, road impacts, road vibration, RPMs. Engine vibration. Let's try this again, make sure this is working. All right. Yeah, my base shakers don't seem to want to work. I mean, they're registering, but they don't seem to want to work with this. All right. Why?
That lap was at 1:33.25. That's your quickest lap.
Yeah. All right. Let's hop on out and get ready. All right, we got 4 minutes. Wait a minute. I've already registered for this race, but it's showing that it's closed. Oh, crap. Oh, there we go. My next race. I was going, what the hell? I just happened to see that in the corner. So it starts in 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll have to look into that at a later time. Let's see here. Start standing. Setup is open. Fuel is 1 time. Tire wear is 1 time. Incident point limit is 40. Full damage. Yikes. Well, of course, I wouldn't want it any other way. So I don't know why I even did that. So yeah, being that this is open setup. Yeah, I don't expect to do anything spectacular. So fuel is
Eric McCready said, lap times were good, you should be fine in this one. Amen. Said, hey Lincoln, what's your thoughts on Raceroom? I actually like the VR graphics, though it is kind of heavy on my CPU.
It is.
The physics seem a bit weird to me.
The physics are a little bit weird from the standpoint of when I'm going around corners. When you drop the car down to second gear, it feels like engine braking. It feels like it's actually slowing the car down instead of like kind of coasting through the corners. So you kind of got to keep the RPMs up going through corners because the car doesn't seem to coast through the corners. The graphics, I mean, they brought the graphics up to, industry standards. So, I won't. Automobilista 2 is still I think, is still the best. I could easily go into Automobilista 2 and then come to this game, and the graphics are still, to me, within the ballpark of each other. So I think it looks pretty good in VR. The biggest thing that's probably weird is the scale. And I mean, like, when I'm sitting inside the car, it feels like I'm sitting inside of a big Tonka toy. You know, it inside the car
Amen.
feels.
Said. Yes. That's a great way to describe what I feel as well with the physics.
So yeah, so we got 12 minutes of practice. Okay, I was about to say, do you mean to tell me that I'm the only one in here? Another guy just popped in. So shit, don't tell me it's only gonna be two of us. But yeah, the graphics are industry standard, so I think the graphics are good. The picture is definitely sharp. You know, and the crazy part about it is, if this game supported the OpenXR toolkit, that would take a big load off of your PC, because I think VR, Steam VR is kind of dog shit. So yeah, I think it is a little bit CPU heavy. What else to? So my overall thoughts on this is shit. I'm probably gonna have to observe the activity of this game and find out when it's at the most, you know, when it's at the busiest. Fact of the matter is, I think sim racing in America, there's just way more. It's not near as many sim racers in America, in my opinion, than it is in Europe. Because if you jump on these racing games at, say, like 3 in the afternoon Eastern time, a lot of the servers are full because that's kind of like prime time or evening, like 8 in the evening over in Europe. So there's a lot of people in the servers. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if I want to get into races where there's the most population, I'm probably going to have to do it at, say, like 3, like as soon as I get out of work. Because with 200 people registered for this race, I thought it would be more than just us in here. So, I don't know, maybe, maybe people are waiting until qualifying to get in here. Now, I think what I was going to say about Raceroom in VR, oh, somebody else just came in here. So what I was going to say about Raceroom VR is, I think Automobilista 2 still looks the best, but I think a case could be made that in terms of sharpness, Raceroom might have one of the sharpest pictures in my library.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. Your brakes are cold. Take it easy. right, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Quickest overall.
That was weird.
Brake temperature good.
Ah!
Let's leave this lap, track limits. Just 2 minutes left, just 2 minutes to go.
Amen. Said. Looking good. I think if a fella spent some time on the sim it would all start coming together.
Agreed.
Yellow flag.
132.5. Trying to go back into the you see here, looking good. I think if a fella spent some time on this sim, it would start coming together. Definitely. Hold it for 1 second to return to the garage. Okay, cool. So unfortunately, it's only 3 of us in here, but I'm still going to go through with this race. All right, we're getting ready to quali here.
Checkered flag's out. P1. That's the end of the session. P1.
All right, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Be right back, folks. Sorry about that, folks. So we've got a huge endurance race on Le Mans Ultimate next week. 12 hours of Spa. 2 weeks after that, we have 8 hours of Bahrain. And then I think another 2 weeks after that, we have the 24 hours of Le Mans. That's going to be crazy. I don't know if I'm going to take part in any of those races. I haven't, you know, the team and I haven't discussed it yet. So this Araya, he is in the McLaren. I don't know. Should I watch him for a second? Setup, fuel level. This is for 19 laps. I'll quali first and then I'll come back.
Stay behind the line. Okay, Clay. We've got 11 minutes to do the business. Your brakes are cold. Let's get some heat.
Hope I don't get hit with a penalty for speed.
Selfmade 007 Sim Racing. Thanks for following.
Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
So you passed this lap for Arrow 134.67. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
Oh, crap.
10 minutes to go, that's 10 minutes left. Good, come on, hold your tyres, green flag.
Oh, shit.
Yellow flag.
Here, let me get off the track. Do this again.
Fastest lap for Ara, 134.11. Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Green flag, you're clear. Sector 2, yellow flag. Green flag, sector 2. Flag in sector 3. You're in last. Come on, Clay. Your brake temperatures are fine, mate. Ahead of P2. Yellow flag.
So I did a 132.3. So it looks like I got the fastest lap so far out of 3 people. It's still counting up the incident points. Hold on, let me get back. It was still counting up the incidence points. So, yeah, I'm almost 2 seconds ahead of this guy, so I'm not even going to bother putting in any more laps.
minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. The guy behind has just done a 133.35.
So right now, resolution-wise, I'm running this at 2940 something p. I could turn it up higher, but again, you know, it's a CPU. It appears to be a CPU heavy sim. Now, guess what I'm trying to say is that if it had OpenXR support, I could crank the resolution up to like 3500 easy, and it wouldn't even scratch this PC. So yeah, I think it has a more modern look, and there isn't a VR game in my library where I'm like, you know, oh, Le Mans Ultimate looks way better than this, or Automobilista 2 looks way better than this. No, this is within the ballpark of all those games. The graphics overhaul they gave it to give it a modern look, it looks on par with those other games. The only thing that really stands out to me is that I have the anti-aliasing turned down low in order to save resources. But I'm sure if I turned it up and got rid of the glitter, it'll definitely look better. But it makes no mistake, it looks real good, especially inside this car. You know, it's just inside this car. It feels so big inside this car compared to Le Mans Ultimate. It feels like you could throw a sleeping bag over here on the passenger side. All right, we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Oh, you know what?
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Let me go ahead and fill it up.
Amen. Said. It does look good.
It does. So fuel level 50. 19 laps. So this is going to be a 45-minute
The guy
race.
behind has just done a 133.17.
He did a 133.7. He still hasn't caught me yet. 23, I think. So 33. So 2 laps for every 3 minutes. 3:15. 15:30. So yeah, this 35. I'm gonna put 35 laps worth of fuel in here. That should be enough. No, actually, I put 37 in here. That should be enough. Well, the guy, he did close the gap to 133.1. So, all that being said, I should have the pace to win this race. but I gotta be careful
Check the flag, P1.
not to spin out. Proceeding to next session. So yeah, I mean, like looking at this right here, picture is nice and standing start 45 minutes. How much fuel? 37.1. All right.
All right. 45 minutes.
Here we go.
Okay, Clay. Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Go. Car left.
Shoot.
Still left.
Shit. The menu annoys me. Too close. Shoot. Said. Couldn't find a way to adjust it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and take a look at it.
Sector 3 is now yellow. Cook the track. Keep it nice and tight. Please, Clay. inside. Clear left. Car right. Clear right. You have 5 incident points. That's on lane. Right.
Already?
You're in the lead. Behind us now, 3.7 seconds.
Laptop said, shoot, you can map buttons 4 plus, HUD position.
I should have turned the game audio down.
Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. Sector 2 is now green.
I'll take a quick peek at that comment in a second. Oh, map out the buttons for the HUD. Yeah, I didn't completely map out this wheel. I only mapped out the stuff that I thought I would need.
Quickest right now. It's now 18 seconds.
Yeah, map that to keys. It's just the start menus. I use the reset position trick. Poke head forward, then reset.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that after the race or tomorrow or something.
Thanks, guys.
How's it going, man? How's Raceroom?
This race is cool. It's just it's only 3 of us in here. That's the problem.
Stewards and orders are cutting the track, keeping between the white lines. Alright, Clay, you've had a bit of suspension damage.
What?
Warned about track limits.
So I got suspension damage. A little something in the wheel though.
Labpong said, maybe too much curbs.
Point limits.
Could be.
You have 8 incident points.
And I'm racking up these incident points too.
Labpong said, Raceroom has the tightest track limits.
Yeah, that's super strict. Yeah, the track limits are super strict on this game. I'm feeling a little bit of vibration in the wheel, so something's definitely damaged in the car.
Is pitting now.
He left the game. Oh my God, he gave up. They gave up, both of them. I think so.
Alright, Clay, that's half distance. Looking good for fuel. You've just done a 132.85. Spot on. 20 minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left. Yellow. Sector 1 is now green.
Should win the 5th year.
RSR Eric B. The Realist said, "What's up at Lincoln Clay VR?"
Uptime's pretty consistent.
Mr. Realist.
RSR Eric B. The Realist said, "What's up, Chad?"
Left.
RSR Eric B. The Realist said, "How are you doing?"
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Thank you.
Got a flag in sector 2.
How about that? Practice some etiquette. Well, we got 12 minutes, folks. Damn it! I was trying to set a personal best.
Just cut the track. You have 9 incident points. Sector 1 is yellow. Track limits, watch those lines. Just 5 minutes left. Hold your nerve. We can win this. 22.03. Sector 3 is 0.35 off the base.
Damn it!
Yellow flag, keep it within the track limits. Clear of the incident. Green
Trying to
flag.
beat a personal best, that's all.
Looks like a bit of a wear on your left front. One more lap to go. Stay focused. Fantastic drive. Well done, Clay.
Yeah, the other two guys quit. But hey, Let's see here. 131.1 was my fastest lap, so I want to see where that gets me on the leaderboard. Results. Rating 10.6, reputation 3.9. Okay. So let's find the leaderboard if there is one. Community servers, options, replays, help, results. Which I don't know how to read that. Calendar week daily. Fixed. Home. Yeah, I can't find them.
RSR_Pocahontas Pink said, "Hey Lincoln HRU." RSR_Pocahontas Pink said, "Hello Chad."
Pocahontas, how you doing? I just won a race where I was the only one left. There was only 3 of us in this race, and the other 2 dropped out. At the beginning of the race, the guy actually put up a pretty good fight, but he went wide. I was able to get him, and that was that. So I'm looking for a leaderboard. Daily, weekly, special, signups, results, community servers, driver profile.
RSR_Pocahontas Pink said, "Congratulations."
Thank you. Let me see here. Rankings. Here we go. Leaderboards. I wonder if this is for time attack or something. Oh, somebody said the menu was too close. Just a minute. Let me check something because source I plug in. Fit the screen. Okay. Yeah, I can't find a leaderboard. Oh, never mind. We got the job done. We won the race. I'll figure it out. So, I think I'm going to have some din-din. When's the next weekly races? So that's at 5, 7, 9 o'clock. There's no sense registering for that race. Nobody will be there. So I think I'll come back and do this race tomorrow. It's a 60-minute race at Imola, hypercars and GT3s. 132 people registered for that race. I think I'll give it a go. So I think that's going to do it for me. As far as serious racing goes, yeah, I'm done for the night. I mean, that wasn't serious, but I still liked it. I think I would have had. I know I would have had a lot more fun if this would have been a full grid. And so, yeah, I saw where the damage was when I looked at the HUD. I saw where the damage was. I had damage on the suspension. It was only slight damage though. So if I hadn't gotten that damage, I might have been able to get into the 130s with that 131.1 that I did. So I don't know. As crazy as it sounds, as much as I fuss about GT7, every now and then I still put the headset on. I'll pick up the controller and do a few laps with the controller. I don't even bother hooking my wheel up to it. And you know, their single player races against the AI. It's too easy to beat the AI, but at least they didn't try to wreck me on purpose. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is if I should happen to wake up in the middle of the night or early in the morning, whatever the case may be, and I get bored, maybe I will do a GT7 stream. I mean, after all, my PlayStation Plus membership expires in January, and once it expires, I am not going to renew it. I'm done. So I'm pretty much checking out of, I'm not going to say that I'm checking out of the PlayStation ecosystem, but I'm probably pretty much done with online games on my PlayStation and probably just do single player games. So, all right. I babbled. Thanks for watching, everybody. So if I don't come back in the middle of the night, whatever, look for me tomorrow to do this 60-minute race at Imola. Hopefully there'll be more people joined up for that race.
Said. GTWS exhibition on tomorrow.
I might watch it. It's just like, I used to love that, but it's really hard to watch it now given how I feel about GT7 these days. And I guess my two biggest gripes with GT7 is the horrible penalty system and the ridiculous microtransactions. It feels like a slap in the face. It feels like they're more worried about getting money than giving people a good experience. And this update that's supposed to be happening in December, part of me feels like it's too little too late. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I know when it happens, when we first get the update, everybody and their mother is going to jump on there because they want to try out that 296. They want to see how it feels. They want to hear how it sounds. I want to see it in VR. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to check out the update when it comes out because I definitely want to check out that 296. I hope they give us one more Group 3 car with it. So all that being said, yeah, I might watch the GTWS tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm still babbling. So thanks for watching, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. I mean, all things considered, I had fun with that race. Wish there would have been more people entered. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you soon. Oh. Alt tab.